Hi from Sea Houses. We're about to get a trip to the Farne Islands, famous for grey starling, puffins, seals and the occasional dolphin. It's going to be about an hour and a half on the boat. We're going to land on the island, which we've already paid National Trust for. We will then come back and we will go to the Grey Starling Museum in Bamburgh. The boat we're getting on is a catamaran. The reason we've picked this is it's been specially built to be calmer than other boats. So because I can get travel sick in a bath, hopefully this will work. Top.
Did you want to go up the top?
Yeah, there? I think so.
Yeah. You can go. Do you want to go up?
We'll have a look. Yeah, we'll go up first. There are toilets on the boat, but they're chemical toilets. So what we've done is we've done all our ablutions and everything and had a cup and everything before we start. So, yeah.
There's another boat over there.
Just a tip for anyone who's sailing, if you get travel sick, if you go in the middle of the boat, imagine a seesaw in the pivot. If you're in the middle of a seesaw, you're not going to swing, but if you're on the end, you swing a lot. Well, that's the same on a boat. So if you get travel sick and want a calmer journey, always stay in the middle. We're at the front of the boat here, so it's a little bit roller coasty, but to be fair, it's not bad at all.
28 islands in the group, many consist solely of bare rock and can only be seen at low tide. Now, the island just over on our left hand side with the white lighthouse and the square tower, this is the FARNE, and it's the largest of all the islands at 16 acres. Excuse me. And this is where you'll be having your landing.
What we've brought and what's in the bag. So
this was instructions given to us when we booked the trip.
We must have a jumper of some sort because it does get really cold. We've had a drink already and we've got a hat each, which is mine and that one's Scott's. Then we've got a raincoat as well because it can all of a sudden rain on the island. A little snack.
Bananas, that's if we get stranded on the island.
Yeah, if they go away without it. Suntan cream, just in case it does get really bad, and some fly spray. And sunglasses I've got, and I think that's about it.
The difference between a shag and a cormorant is that the shags have very dark green plumage, yellow patches at the gape of their beak, and during the breeding season they'll have a crest of feathers on the top of their head. This lighthouse was manned for 164 years before it finally went automatic in 1990. The mature females weigh about 480 pounds and they can measure up to 6 feet in length, and their colour is grey with cream on the underparts. The mature bulls, however, they're much darker in colour, more like a jet black or a very dark brown. They can measure up to 10 feet in length and weigh in at 660 pounds.
There's a Billy Shields ferry there, trying to catch her. Beautiful church. St Cuthbert's Chapel on the Farne Islands.
Up until about the middle of July, these puffin burrows would have been absolutely full of puffins. We've missed it by 2 weeks. Although we've missed the puffins, we do still have lots of birds available to watch on the island. One of the lighthouses on the island is on the main island you land on. You get an hour here to look around.
That's one drop down there.
Yeah, we'll just keep going with the flow, really. I'll probably put a bit. Yeah, we do. And then
Just coming back down to get on my boat again now. There's Scotty further down there.
Just coming into Seahouses Harbour now. Had fun, love?
I'll definitely do this again.
Yeah. Next time we come though, it will be between April and July when the puffins will be more noticeable and they'll be nesting. Our original plan was to go to the Grace Darling Museum from Bamburgh, but unfortunately on the weekends it isn't open. So I'm going to say goodbye and leave you in Susan's capable hands to show you the Grace Darling Museum in Bamburgh that she visited a few days later.
Hi everyone. Just I've come to Bamburgh today. Just myself, and my name's Susan for anybody who's new to the channel, mostly meandering. Me and Scott did the FARNE Island boat trip a couple of weeks ago, hoping to visit the Grace Darling Museum, and it was on a Saturday when we did the FARNE Island trip, only to find out that it isn't open at the weekend. So that's why I'm here today on my own. And we're going to have a little visit to the museum, and I'll give you a bit of history on Grace Darling and her adventures at sea and living in the lighthouse with her family. But we'll first of all give you a lovely look at this gorgeous beach. Now the car park here, I've just come into the one on the beach just before you get to the castle, is free for the first hour, and then it's £6 a day after that. So it is quite expensive, but if you only want to be here for a couple hours, you're going to be paying £6. But I think you could easily spend a day here. Now, the boat trip that we did was really good, and they give you a lot of information on there as well. But unfortunately, we missed the puffin breeding season by about 2 weeks. So for anybody who wants to do that trip, I would advise to do it before the 3rd week of July, so you can see all the puffins on the island, because we actually stopped on the island for an hour, which was very small. There's not a lot there. There's a lovely little church, a little information centre. I think there's a couple of vending machines in there as well if you want something to drink. But like I say, we missed the breeding season, which would have been a lot more fun. But the boat trip itself and the information about the other outer islands was great, so very enjoyable. There's another view of the castle there.
you wait till my photos, you're going to want my photos.
Wow. What a beach and a half. Right, we're headed on back to the car park now. Just to let anybody know, it is a little bit hard on the legs coming down this way. Just to let you know, there are toilets here in this car park, and I think there's also a little coffee van as well. Right, I'm going to walk into bamburgh. I've just parked on the side of the road, which you can do for free. And I'm going to walk into bamburgh and find the museum, which shouldn't be too far. And the path goes all the way along from where I've parked, so you don't have to walk on the road or anything. So you should find that easy enough. Best time to come though, early in the morning, if you're going to visit the castle and you can walk, because those spaces are taken up really quickly, and I can imagine there won't be any left within half an hour or so. I'm just coming up to the castle now. Literally 5-minute walk from where I've parked. That's it there. Through the trees. Now there was scaffolding on it 4 or 5 weeks ago when we came along, but all that work must be finished now. So it's actually looking fantastic. I'm not sure how much it is to get in, but keep watching and we'll put all the prices at the end of this vlog. As you can see, that is the main car park over there, and it's already quite full. So and you can't visit all of the castle because there is residents in there, but it's nice when you get in there. If you were going in for a family, two adults and 2 kids, I think it would be quite pricey. So we'll head on up to the museum, but we might find a nice cup of coffee first. So I've got my latte and a lovely fruit scone with jam and cream. This is called Wind and Well breakfast menu. It's really reasonable as well. Got the pork sausages. That's the menu there. We do sandwiches and bagels and jack potatoes. So just asked a nice chat there in that lovely seafood restaurant over there, the way to the Grace Darling Museum. It's down this way, so we'll head in there now. At the Grace Darling. I'm going to head over to that church soon where she was buried. Now we're just coming into the church. I've been into the museum, but I couldn't really film much in there because it was lots of children around. So I'll just give you a bit of info on the Grace Darling Museum while I'm sitting in this gorgeous place. On the 5th of September, the steamship Forfarshire set off from Hull to Dundee. It broke up on the 7th of September when the engines stopped. The back half was swept away and 48 people on board perished. That night there was only Grace and her parents in the lighthouse, and there was a fierce storm blowing. Huge waves were battering the lighthouse walls. At 4:45 Grace saw the wreck, but it was not until 7 AM that it was bright enough to see survivors moving on big Harcourt Rock. William Darling thought that conditions would prevent the launching of the North Sunderland lifeboat, so he would have to go himself. The only one who could help him was Grace, and she took blankets and things for the survivors. And they did actually get recognised by Queen Victoria, and they were awarded the gold medals for the Royal Humane Society and silver medal for the gallantry from the National Institute for the preservation of life from shipwrecks. Right, we will go and see if we can find the memorial, and we'll have a look in the church. Now that's the Great Stirling Museum over there. It is free to enter, which I was very surprised at, very pleased. It's only small, but it's worth a visit. That's another little view of the church. We'll say goodbye for now, and thanks for watching everybody. But please like and subscribe, and see you soon.